Or Into the Pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Phil's gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this, but it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grande.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Why are investors listening to Phil Grande of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grande.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grande at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Phil's gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this. But it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grande.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Are you tired of being lied to about some magical economic recovery that only benefits the 1 percentile? And then when the market does collapse, you're sitting there calling your broker, what do I do? When you should be shorting? Learn how to short the market. Continue to listen to my radio show, philsgang.com. Become a member, only $39.95 a month, and learn how to short.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. You know, I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Show me the money on the Chips and Science Act. Show me the money on the Inflation Reduction Act. $2 trillion going into the American economy. I think some of it's going to get to small business. I'm going to get it there. I'm excited, Larry. We got the juice in printing money. We've got the Fed slowing down. We've got the soft landing. We've got broadening of the S&P 500 and the S&P 500. And obviously the Russell 2000. This is a fantastic holiday season. Rudolph the reindeer has arrived into all equity stocks. I'm so happy.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
He's so happy. This is the kind of guy right here. His name is Larry. He calls himself Mr. Wonderful, an egomaniac. He's the guy and the others that George Carlin was talking about. This is who George Carlin was talking about when George said this.
You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land.
That's who he was referring to. These are the guys who got lucky that QE was no longer a crime. That's right. The QE was no longer a crime. It's guys like him that caused the pain to Main Street. You know, most people don't realize that when you take, when they tell you they're going to cut rates, like they're doing us a favor, especially QE, they're doing you a big favor. And it was just like the other day when Powell said he was going to cut rates 3 times, and then of course, I can't think of his name now. I can't think of his name. Williams, thank you, Williams. Williams jumped in. Now, Williams is the vice chair of the Federal Reserve, and Williams is also the chair of the New York Fed. He's a very important guy, very smart guy. And he said, no way, this is not going to happen. And he jumped in and said, we can't do this. If we're going to do some rate cuts, it's got to be further down the road. And here's why. Because let's talk about housing. Here's what he understands. That when you take the rate cuts, you start cutting rates, and they're not doing you a favor. For example, let's say a 30-year mortgage. Remember when the 30-year mortgage went from 2.8 to 8%, and then it dropped to 6.6%, and everybody got all excited because now it went down to 6.6%, and that meant the payment dropped from $2,800 on a median price home in the United States, which right now is $425,000, the average home. And so it went from $2,800 down to $2,400 because of the rate cut from 8 to 6.6. That's still, though, the problem is still 80% higher than it was in 2019 or 2018. Now here's the problem. That when you start cutting rates, and this is why Williams was upset, he's going to destroy the housing market that right now is on its back. Because when you start cutting rates, what happens is people stop buying homes. That's right. They stop buying homes when you cut rates. They buy homes when you increase rates because there's an urgency to buy a house. When rates are going up, people say, we got to get in. We got to get a house before it goes from 3% to 4%. We got to get in before it goes 4 to 5%. And that's when the housing is booming on the way up. But on the way down, what happens is housing just comes to a dead stop. And housing right now is already at a dead stop. And housing is the backbone of our nation. That's all we do is build houses. Because from building homes, remember, it also boosts the retail business. You buy a home, people go buy new furniture, and so forth. But that's why Williams stepped in and said, no, we're not going to cut rates. Are you kidding me? Because you start cutting rates, everybody stops looking for a house. They sit back and say, yeah, it's good that rates came down a little bit here. I'm saving a little bit of money, $2,800 to $2,400, because we went from 8 to 6.6. But I remember it was $1,300 I was paying for the same mortgage, for the same house, rather. So now I'm going to wait. Why would I want to pay $2,400? No, I'm going to wait. So he's smart. So, and you also got to understand, rate cuts, especially QE, they should not be celebrated. They should be condemned, because they don't do the working class family person who he and his wife are making between $50,000 and $75,000. They got a couple of kids. It's a struggle. It's a real struggle. So when they cut rates, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. You want rates going up, as dumb as that sounds, because that means you got prosperity. But when you start cutting rates, especially QE, there is a problem in your economy. There's a problem. Example, in 2007, Bernanke made an announcement that he would cut rates. And he was going to reassure investors that the Federal Reserve will do what it takes to keep the economy from falling into a recession. Yet we went into a recession. While cutting rates, he went into a recession. In fact, Lehman Brothers collapsed. Powell, the other day, takes the playbook from Bernanke and says the same thing. The same thing, says we're going to cut rates. Same words. Because we're going to cut rates to protect the economy from falling into a recession. Where the hell was Powell when Bernanke cut rates? Where was he when Lehman went broke? Cutting rates doesn't mean your economy's doing well. Cutting rates means something's wrong, especially QE. Nothing worse than QE. So why would it be so lucky to think that, and thank God for Williams, John Williams, that all of a sudden we're going to be so lucky to think that if they start cutting rates now, and it didn't work in 2008 or 2009, whatever it was, it would work now? No, it won't. And if you remember, the 3 rate cuts would bring us down to about 3.8%. Not 0, 3.8%. Now, here's the problem with that. 3.8% would be okay if our debt was the same as it was in 2008. But our debt is doubled. It's not the rate that's the problem, it's the debt. It's the size of the debt that this moron in Washington and our congressmen and our president keep spending. I don't care if it's Republicans or Democrats, they just keep spending, and they don't give a damn. They don't care. They don't care. They just want to spend. That's all they know. So the next time you hear what a great thing it is to cut rates, remember, no, it isn't a great thing. And just remember, when they cut rates, I think it was 2007, 2008, that's when Lehman Brothers went down the toilet. We'll be right back with
more. Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. When you listen to the advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard, things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing is to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grande.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially in the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple. to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grande at philsgang.com. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color-coded chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. From everyone at Phil's Gang, we wish you happiness and joy this holiday season. Join us at philsgang.com for a prosperous 2024. Now, here's Phil.
Powell gave this talk at Spelman on December 1st, didn't even say we're talking about cutting. And then 2 weeks later, they had this massive pivot. The timing was very curious. And the Fed's own forecast showed that their inflation outlook hadn't really changed much in 24. The headline number came down a tenth. Their forecast on the core came down 0.2, and yet they had 30 basis points of extra easing. So something looks a little bit circumspect here. It is. I do think the election is a factor, and politics, I think, was involved here.
Of course, it was involved. What happened was he was talking. They asked him, "What about rate cuts? You're going to start rate?" I said, "Oh no, it's too premature. Too premature. We don't have the evidence that what we're doing is working to do a rate cut, because exactly what I just explained before the break. Rate cuts can kill you. Rate cuts can hurt you. Just the opposite of what you think. Everyone thinks a rate cut's going to save you. It was the rate cut, remember, that threw us into a recession in 2007, 2008. Lehman went down the toilet. It was right after the rate cut, when everything fell apart. And so he's right. So what is it? Why did he say, oh no, we can't cut rates? And then about 8 trading days later, he comes up and he says, I got an announcement, we're going to cut rates. Because the White House called him and said, you've got to cut rates. We're in an election. Remember, we are in an election cycle right now. And when you get into an election cycle, the politics always play into it. Always play into it. That's how it works. So again, when I'm talking about this guy, Kevin O'Leary, he's the guy who benefits. Guys like him, every time they start cutting rates, especially QE. QE is terrible because what happens is this. A person, just like when Bernanke and Obama went to QE, they knew damn well what they were doing. They were screwing Main Street. But they knew Main Street wouldn't realize that because the reason it was illegal, it used to be illegal, because here's what would happen. They would start cutting rates, and the hardworking people on Main Street who were working paycheck to paycheck would all say, oh, look at this. I can buy a car, a much better car than I thought I ever could because the rates are low. Oh, instead of buying a 1,500 square foot house, now I can buy a 2,000 square foot house. Oh, isn't this wonderful? That's what they want you to think with QE or cutting rates. Oh, so the guy on Main Street, 72% of our workforce goes paycheck to paycheck, cutting rates, you're helping them. When in fact, you're screwing them. Because what happens is those rates and that new car he buys and that house he buys has that extra room that he couldn't afford before, now he can afford, he's going to give that all back and more. Well, guys like O'Leary are getting very, very wealthy off the inflation because he doesn't work for wages. He doesn't get a paycheck. O'Leary don't get a paycheck, nor Pelosi, nor 3/4 of the people in Congress. They own stuff. And that's why they're always fighting for inflation. So now the person who got that car and that new house, who's scraping by paycheck to paycheck, he feels he's rich. He's doing well. He never could afford a home like this or a car like that. Now all of a sudden, what's happening? They're pushing inflation up on purpose. How do you do that? Again, you print money, push it into the system, the banking system, but don't let them loan it. The more money you push into the banking system that they don't loan, when you push it in, rates go right down. But inflation goes right up. That benefits O'Leary and his crowd, but screws Main Street. But, however, Main Street doesn't realize that. Not till later on, 3-4 years down the road, like now. All of a sudden, gee, wait a minute, that car I got, 6 years ago, that house I bought, I say, I'm struggling. It's worse now than ever because their payments are going sky high. And even if, let's say their mortgage was locked in, they had a good mortgage, cheap mortgage, and even their car payment, let's say, was locked in, but the inflation are killing them on everything else. On food, on insurance, gasoline. So they're never honest with the people and saying, if we do this QE, we're screwing you now. Is it okay? So O'Leary can get rich. All right, is it all right? Because you're going to be happy now because you can go buy that nice shiny car that you couldn't buy before, that motorcycle, that you understand 3 years from now, you're going to be choking to death. You won't be able to breathe. You're going to have so much debt, and you won't be able to make it. So enjoy it while you have it. And then what do they focus on? More inflation, more inflation. See, they don't focus on jobs. They don't focus on productivity. They don't focus on business investment. Let's take this money, plow it in business investment. Let's produce. Because, see, when you plow it into business investment and you produce, nothing like production. Production gives you the standard of living we need. But they don't care about that because they only care about the 1% and the 1/100th of 1%, as of course George Carlin talks about, because those are the people who put the people in the White House. That's how it works, and that's why QE was at one point a crime because it took advantage of the guy on Main Street, really screwed him. So what it is, it's payback. So anybody who came in under QE or rate cuts were low and they got their toys and so forth, payback's a bitch. That's what it is. Everybody now, and payback is in groceries, gasoline, utilities, housing, But you never can escape that payback, can you? No. So let's talk about going into the market now. What's going to happen? Well, no one is talking about the key reversal. Will that just go away? Oh, they want you to think so. I'm not going to let it go away. We're going to talk about the key reversal that happened on Wednesday that nobody wants to talk about. Oh, they don't want you to talk about it, that's for sure.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. When you listen to the advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard, things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand. Especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. When you listen to the advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard, things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. There's a lot of noise out there in the financial world. Bank failures, interest rates, bonds versus stocks. It's a lot. That's why it's important to find a voice of reason that can guide you through these volatile times. Phil Grande at philsgang.com is where you can find honest, helpful guidance to successful investing.
Get the knowledge and understand how the market really works.
And for a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
There's nothing better than learning from the experts, especially when it comes to investing your hard-earned money.
Hi, this is Phil Grande, host of Phil's Gang Radio Show. At Phil's Gang and philsgang.com, I have one goal in mind: to help you become a skilled investor in the stock market and find your financial freedom. With the Working Investor Program, you will learn what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. You'll develop skills like selling short and how to profit, even in a stock market crash. This is the real world investing information that will give you the edge to be successful in the stock market. No gimmicks, just real strategies, and I'll make the offer even better with a 10-day free trial of the Working Investor Program.
Once you're in the gang, you're in the know. And with the free 10-day trial of the Working Investor Program, there's no reason not to give it a try.
Become a Phil's Gang member and reclaim your financial freedom. Go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in a down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Phil's Gang wishes you and your family happiness, joy, and financial security, working together to make 2024 another successful year at philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. You know what? No one's talking about the key reversal he had. That's a serious deal. When you have 9 days of a trend going up, take the S&P, 9 days of the trend going up, and now you got a new high coming in. So let's take on December 18th. But what happens? Makes the new high, then the next day, it makes a new high, reverses, comes down, takes out the previous day's low, which made a high, then it takes out its low, then it takes out its own low, and then closes low on the second day. That's serious stuff. That's sending a message. The trend that you've had for 9 days, it can turn on you anytime. It can gap down on you anytime. You could wake up let's say next Wednesday, you look at the market, all of a sudden it's gapped down 700 points, 800 points. And no one is talking about the key reversal. I'm the only one. That's a warning sign. That's why I've been telling my members with all the wonderful stocks that we're long in, that we're making good money on, I've been taking all week. Take profits, readjust your stop, take profits. Spiders, we've done terrific with spiders. Take your profits, keep taking profits, just readjust your stops. Don't get out. As long as the footprint is green on our color-coded chart, it's never wrong. As long as it's green, it's telling us that there's more money going in than money coming out. And you should really try that for 10 days. It's free, for God's sakes. I mean, what a tool it is. It tells you what the money's doing. And you can, no matter what your platform you're working with, it helps it because you're looking at a different perspective. You're looking strictly at the money. You're not looking at fundamentals. And these stocks are so overbought, so overvalued, but no one's talking about that. This is exactly what happened back in 2007, 2008. It's the same thing going on now. But we got a key reversal in the spiders, and we got a key reversal in the Qs, and we got a key reversal in the diamonds. So that's telling us we're going to get at least, a 3 to 5% correction. But now remember the Christmas rally. We're in the Christmas rally now, and it ends. It's always 5 days before the end of the year, and it ends 2 days after the first of the year. So they're going to keep pushing these stocks up on the Christmas rally. They always do. But anytime during that Christmas rally, you can get a big gap down because you got a warning of a key reversal. But no one talking about it. So the tourist, he's sitting there whistling by the graveyard. He has no idea he can get slaughtered, and he's not taking profits. You got to take profits when you have a key reversal, for God's sakes, in your 3 indices. You got to, even in your own stock, you should have, when you get a key reversal, take profit. It's a wonderful thing. It's a warning. It warns you. So, but again, nobody's talking about it. Now, as far as we have been working our oil stocks, because there is going to be a rotation. Okay, now it's not going to be a rotation. This week was hard to get a rotation, but you'll see it. You'll see money's going to come out of the tech stocks. money's going to come out, and we did really great with the tech stocks. Look at our bank stocks. J.P. Morgan, for God's sakes. We got into J.P. Morgan in October. We got into all these banks in October, and nobody wanted them. October 30th, we got into J.P. Morgan, $136, and today it's $167. And that's 23% return. We did that with Goldman Sachs. We did that with J.P. Morgan. Did Cook. We did it with Wells Fargo. We got everybody into those, and I now got them into the tech stocks. We got them out. I mean, in the bank stocks, we also got them into the tech stocks. All on that October 30, 31, right in that area there. Now what's going to happen is they're going to rotate money out of these tech stocks, going to rotate money out of the bank stocks, and they're going to put the money, we can see it right now, it's going into oil and starting to go into gold. And again, we got to get past this week, okay, because there's no volume, and we, today's Friday, so hopefully next week there'll be a little more volume. But that's what you should be looking at. What you should do is take a look at USO for your oil. Okay, USO. And watch it. If USO can get above the 200-day moving average and then break above the 50-day moving average, right now it's around $68.64 USO. If it gets above $72, like 72 and a quarter, this thing will take off to the moon. So that's oil. Gold, same thing. Our gold stocks are doing terrific. Look at this, the dollar, okay, remember, the dollar's starting to go down. And when the dollar goes down, what happens? Your gold starts going up. Look at our GDX. We have the ETF, GDX, the gold miners, doing terrific with those. Those are really doing good. And we got our members into the GDX going back, and we just told them buy one share, just buy one share, not to make money, but you don't forget about them, that you watch them every day. We had them do that, I think it was back in October. And that's how you make money in this business. For example, I gave them, this morning, I gave them a couple of freight ships, cargo ships. I gave them one this morning. And same thing, money rotates around the market. And when the sector goes down and gets hit hard, that's the one you want to watch. It may take a month, 2 months, 3 months, but it's going to be your big winner. Most people don't do that. About 99.9999% of people won't do that. What they'll do is they'll go buy Apple when it's at its all-time high, and that's what they're doing now, buying all these stocks at their all-time high. These people are going to get killed. So how you make money in the stock market is you take the sectors, you always pick out which sector you want to work. You want oil? You want real estate? Which sector do you want to be in? You can't do them all. You can't do them all. You'll never make any money. Okay? And just do a couple sectors, a couple of your favorite stocks, follow them, and then you'll see again, when they get crushed, you start following them. It may take a month, it may take 2 months, but you will catch them. And when that stock goes up 15% off that bottom, everybody else is getting in at 15%. You are already in. That's how you make money, because you got the wood. You got the advantage. And then when it really is going good, then you tell them, here, take some of my shares. Here, I'll sell you my shares. Take my shares. The problem with 85% of people lose money because they always buy at the very top. At the very top. They do that all the time. So watch your oil stocks. We've been doing swing trades on oil. We got an ETF, OIH. It's oil service. We've done really well with that. A swing trade, we got into that on, let's see, what did we get onto that? I think it was December 13th. And these are little swing trades we're doing because they're not ready for an investment yet. Okay, they're not ready as an investment, but they will be. All these stocks, Oxy, you just take XLE, right there, XLE, that's the ETF for energy. Okay, and if you just follow that for the next couple of weeks, maybe even next month, you're going to make a ton of money on oil. But if you look at it now, you're going to go, oh my God, that's a terrible stock. Well, that's when you buy, when nobody wants it. It's kind of like a restaurant, right? A new restaurant opens up, you go to the restaurant, you get the best service, right? Nobody's there, they got 5 waiters on you, you get a drink. After the restaurant's been open for 2-3 years, you got to beg for a drink, and you give them your credit card at the end of the night when you don't know where they go. It goes to credit card heaven or something. It takes longer to get your credit card to get out of the joint than to eat and get your meal and eat, for God's sakes. We'll be right back after this break. Join my gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Become an expert investor. Here's Phil Grande of Phil's Gang Radio Show.
If you want financial freedom, then don't let Wall Street hold you back. Discover what they are hiding and how to thrive, even in a stock market crash. Unlock these secrets with a 10-day free trial to our Working Investor Program. Real strategies, no fluff. Take action right now. Come on, become a Phil's Gang member and reclaim your financial freedom. Just visit www.philsgang.com.
The holiday season is a wonderful time to be with family and friends, and a good time to learn how to improve your investing strategies in the new year. Phil Grande and philsgang.com can help. Join Phil's Gang and enjoy coffee talk as Phil goes over the markets every morning before they open. Engage in live trading classes. With the Working Investor Program, you'll have access to the tools to control your financial future. Success in the new year is just a click away. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com. You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have 2 people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right, follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals, you follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grande.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What are you, nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grande can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market.
To be a successful investor, you need to stay current with the daily changes in the economy and the stock market. Phil Grande and philsgang.com can be your guide to becoming a better investor. Try the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com for the working investor. From the opening bell to the closing, stay informed with what's happening in real time. The Working Investor Program includes full access to the Phil's Gang website, a morning update on what to look for that day on Wall Street, a market wrap on that day's trading, plus seminars, training, and tools to help you become a better investor. Go to philsgang.com for a free 10-day trial. After that, it's just $59.95 a month for membership, daily updates, training, software, and the best investing advice every day. You can invest with the best. Phil Grande and philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Phil's Gang wishes you and your family happiness, joy, and financial security, working together to make 2024 another successful year at philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Hey, welcome back to Phil's Gang. You know, this buy and hold, more people lose money on buy and hold. It doesn't work anymore. You got to get rid of the buy and hold, and you got to follow the footprint of the money. Because the only thing you can trust, because you can't trust anything these people tell you. Because remember, they're not working for you anymore. They don't work for you. Wall Street doesn't work for you. They work for themselves and their advertisers, but not for you. But if you follow the money, you don't need them. Now, I'm not saying all brokerage firms are bad. There's some good firms, okay? In fact, there's one firm right in my own building. Nice kids. They're really a good firm. But overall, they suck. I mean, these because, and I shouldn't say that. It's just the way it is. Things have changed. They buy the stock first, mark it up, and sell it to you. How could that be fair? Just like the same thing with QE and rate hikes. What Powell's doing, he makes a decision on rate cuts, rate hikes, not based on what's best for you and your family on Main Street. He makes it based on, okay, did he get his orders from the president, or did he get his orders from Congress? They're doing some inside trading. They need the rates to go up or down. I mean, just like the job numbers are phony. Who ever heard of the birth-death metric system, how they measure jobs? If you go and you look at the numbers at the BLS, they're all phony. But if you want to know really how many people are working, you just have to find out about you go to the tax office, the withholding tax. So there's nothing honest. So the smart money has realized that, and what they've done is they've got the technology now where they just simply follow the money. That's it. And that's why we built our own charts years ago. The algorithm's set up so to follow the money. Now, for example, today I told my members in the last couple of weeks to follow what we call power stocks. What are power stocks? So take Boeing. Boeing, our color-coded chart told us to sell short Boeing. It was around August, and we sold short. It was around, I don't know, it was around 229. And then we got out of it around, I think it was around 176. About a 20% gain we had on Boeing shorting. And then we waited. It went from about 176. It stayed red. It stayed red at 176, 179. Stayed red at 192. It's telling us not to get in. Even though it's going up, it's telling you don't get in. See, that's the beautiful thing about technology. And our charts are designed that way so that now when it hit, then it hit $206. Remember, when it was at, we got out, and I don't have my book with me, but we got out somewhere around 176. The color-coded chart was red, so we took our profits, we finished shorting it. Now I'm waiting to get back in. But it stayed red at 176, stayed red at 180, and then it went up to 190, still red, we didn't get in. And then finally we got in when it was at around 218 or 210. So people say, well, that's dumb. You'd have been better off getting in when it was at, let's say, 179, we'll say. No. You got a higher probability of getting to 300 from 218 than you do from 179. Because from 179 to 218, the chart is telling you, the color code chart is telling you there's no real institutional money. You just have tourists in there. And that means any morning it could gap down on you. So once it turned green, which I'm looking at right now, it's been solid. What a solid! We had a Boeing. It's just solid, man. I mean, we've been in Boeing on the way up now since around 210, 211, and we're still in it. It's around 260, but we're taking profits now. We're taking profits now because the volume is starting to get light, and we had a key reversal. We had a key reversal in the Dow. We had a key reversal in the S&P. What more do you need? key reversal in the small mid-cap stocks, Russell. And that's the one we always watch for our members, the Russell. That's going to tell you the direction of the market, always does. Because the small mid-cap stocks, because they are small mid-cap, they're not the big boys. It's called the Russell 2000. And those stocks have a difficult time, again, raising money, and they have a difficult time adding their cost to their customers, passing it along. The big guys, like, the big, they don't have any trouble raising money, and they can pass any kind of cost on. So if IWM is doing terrific, then the whole economy is doing terrific. That's how you judge how the economy is doing, how the stock market is doing, by simply watching the Russell 2000. IWM is the simple. How many times have you been told that? I bet you not once. You don't follow that. You follow Apple, Microsoft. So again, the color-coded chart works because it's following that footprint. And when you listen to these guys, the jibber-jabbers, and tell you buy and hold, just like QE. Are you kidding me? QE, think about it. Prosperity without having to have profits. Have you ever think of that? You're buying a stock that's going up, and it doesn't have profits. It goes up without profits. We went for 13 years, stocks going up without profits. Just 7 stocks out of 500 moved the whole market. That's called bad breath, man. That's bad breath. So now we have this terrible breath in the market, and we've been living on this terrible QE and this low rates all pent up. And now we're getting a key reversal in all 3 indices, and everybody's jumping. Oh, look they're going to cut rates. Isn't that wonderful? What a nice man Powell is. Going to cut rates again. You might as well cut your throat. It's the same thing. Really. He's screwing everybody. But if you just pay attention, I'm telling you, for the next 2 months, and keep your eyes every day, just keep checking once, twice a day on GDX. That's the ETF for your for your gold. And then also watch USO for oil. Because now is when you follow them, because nobody's following them. And then you're going to see the momentum picking up. Hey, wait a minute, these stocks are starting to move. And so you start seeing the stock move at 50. Well, by the time it gets up to 15, 20%, that's when everybody else gets in. They're getting in so far down the road, it's unbelievable. I mean, that's why they can't make money. So oil is good, and the ones I'd be getting out of right now, going into the end of the year here, okay, by about the second week of January, we'll see what happens, but the tech stocks and the bank stocks. Because a lot of these stocks, the big institutions own, they're not taking their profits right now. They're going to refer their profits to 2024. So a lot of these stocks that you're in and you think are doing good, they're not. They just haven't taken their profits. They'll take their profits in the first 5 days, okay, of 2024. Then all of a sudden your stock can tank. That's why we got the signal of the reverse. Okay, we had this beautiful reverse. And when you get a signal like that, if you don't heed that and you just whistle by the graveyard, you can get caught big. Key reversals they always work. They always tell you the truth. Always tell you the truth. And the other thing is, stay away, okay, from all these big tech stocks. What am I trying to call it? AI. All the AI stocks. They're going to get hit. They're going to get hit. China and the big boys, the big tech stocks. Which ones are they? AKM. Let's see if I have them here. AKM. All the AI stocks. Where are they? Let's see. That was supposed to be I put them up here this morning. I don't know where they're. AKM is one of them. I'll put them together for next. I'll have them for you next week, gang. But those are the guys that everybody's in, and you're going to get clobbered. You're going to get clobbered in these stocks. Okay, I don't know why they're not on here. I had them on here. All right, listen, have a great Christmas, okay? And again, be safe. AKAM, ULTA, and DOX. Deal is X. Those are the ones.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600.